So, you're not a one percenter if you're making your choice to join a motorcycle club from the internet drama. Think about that for a minute. You have to say to yourself, why is there internet drama in the first place regarding a motorcycle club on the internet? Boy, has everything freaking changed nowadays. I often get accused of living in the past, which I guess you can say, yeah, probably, because I'm a different era than it is now. Why would you have internet drama? I just don't get it. Maybe you guys can help me with that. Why that would be on the internet. So I saw that meme, and it had to do with the Satan's choice. Now, let's push Harley Gwynn out of the equation here. Everybody knows how I feel about that one. But I'm a reasonable guy. I try to sit back and say to myself, okay, put yourself into this time period, because everybody accuses me of looking the way things used to be. Which, hey, I'll give them that. I have to admit, tradition's gone. There's no longer that sense of needing to conform to the way it was or the way it should be, depending on who you talk to. So I say to myself, okay, it's 2026. You have to accept this is the way things are done nowadays. It's go on the internet if you're interested. Give us a shout or, email this address. And we'll get somebody in touch with you. Where before it was you actually had to go out, you had to shake hands, you got to hang around people, talk to people before you can even get any information on how to join the MC. But I also know MCs have changed. Meaning, long past due, or how can I put it even more bluntly, MCs have actually become what they fought against all those years with the AMA and, society as a whole. They became them with all the rules, with all the politics. So I can see why Satan's choice is growing the way it is. Regardless of how it's growing or what we think about how it's growing, it has something that is attracting people to it. And I think that attraction is people are seeking an organization where they don't have to put up with politics. Now, again, I don't know their politics. I'm just saying this is a generic view of what might be happening here. People don't want the politics. They don't want the backstabbing. And that's what Satan's choice is being sold as. And if that's the case, more power to them, man. Because like I say, I don't got no freaking anybody in this fight, man. No pony in this race, baby. I'm just saying because this is everywhere now. And it is kind of sad because it is playing out in front of everybody. So people can't scream and yell about, well, why are you talking about this, or you're wrong, that's not true. Most of the stuff's on the internet, man, and it's coming from up top. But regardless of that, they're selling something people want, and it should be a wake-up call to the rest of the MCs out there. It's your actions that caused a lot of this. And as you can see, people are tired of it. Maybe you guys should come into the modern time with me, man, because it's a whole different world out there. But I think that's the first step traditional MCs has to take, is learning, hey, you can't keep on pushing people around. That's why you see people in all kinds of clubs. And you'll see the traditionalists come out and say, you know, that's wrong. I've seen people, you know, beef on Big Kaz and stuff, and it was funny. Why are you always sticking up for Kaz? Well, I have no pony in it. He's a great guy. He's, you know, he's never lied to me personally. And like he said, he finally found a place that feels home to him. And there's a ton of other people out there like that, where they're searching for something and they just don't find it in these clubs. And I think that's why Satan's Choice is appealing to a lot of people right now, is because they don't want the drama anymore. MCs have more damn rules than the U.S. Constitution. When did that happen? Seriously, when did that happen? When they have more rules, I thought they were supposed to be rebellious. I guess that ain't the case anymore. And why some people, jump over each other and backstab each other over a position of power is beyond me. It's not like you making any cash, man. And if you are, well, it's street code from that point on. But you're driving people away from your organization. I've seen chapters and charters go from 25 down to the bare minimum of 6 to keep it. So you have to ask yourself why. Or ask yourself why these former members are doing interviews or going online, starting their own deal. It's because people are fed up. Fed up with all the crap. Because if you really look at it, you're paying to be a part of the club. It's like a second job, but the job don't pay you, you pay it. You're putting your time into it. And when you finally think you found a brotherhood, a lot of people feel it turns on them. So, yeah, people are going to search. They're going to search for what's good for them. And should we bang on them? No. They're men. They can do what they want. If they haven't found what they wanted, they're going to go somewhere else. That's like everything in life, isn't it? So, bringing myself into modern times, I can see it. I can see why. I cover this stuff all the time in biker news. I see people turn on each other all the time. I, go across YouTube and see the feelings of the people that left these clubs. And I'm talking, they've left major clubs, man. You would have never seen a guy go from a big major club down to either starting their own club or joining another club. You just wouldn't have saw that. That's why in some of the bigger clubs, the old guys, you see 30, 40 years there. But that ain't the norm anymore. You're lucky to see if guys make it the 5 freaking years now. It's a lot different adage when you get the information, when you are able to get information, which the internet does. they sit back and see their situation and then the situation of others, and they say, you know what, I don't have to do this anymore. I don't have to stay with the one club and hopefully it's going to get better. Because most of the time it never does get better. So now they have different opportunities, and I know it pisses off the freaking traditionals. But hey, that's just the way it is. Would we had this problem in the 90s or early 2000s, 80s, whatever? No. Because the access of information wasn't there. Now it is. Now you can just email someone and say, hey, I'd like to know more about your club. And that's why you're seeing this explosion in membership when it comes to the Satan's Choice. They're building something that's right for them and right for their people. Now, it took me a long time to get there. And I'm hoping that is the case and it ain't no money scam or something like that. Because there's a precedent for that, let me tell you. But hopefully they're building something strong for themselves and they're giving the people within their club something that is true. I think it's a great experiment now happening within the scene. I really do. A lot of traditional barriers are being broken down, and maybe you'll see less BS out there on the streets. Just saying. Do I think it's a good thing? For today's generation, yeah, because that's how everybody rolls. They no longer communicate the way we used to. So bringing myself into these times was a little harder. But at least they're trying. They tend to do away with all the drama on the frickin' internet because it does look stupid. Just saying. It's time to tone that crap down because what that does do is make you look bad. So hopefully, hey, good luck to them and all that stuff. We'll cover them in the news as we always do. They give us a lot to cover, let me tell you. A lot of the stuff I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like talking about it, but they do give us something to talk about. So if you don't want it talked about, I'd say axe that crap. But hey, it's your club. And that goes for other clubs too. You want to talk about how new age stuff is? I see clubs putting freaking ads on Facebook now. I guess you got to use the technology as it comes, right? Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, all that good stuff. Don't forget to join the members only deal, man. We really appreciate it. Go check out some of the music that we've been making over on Spotify and the other YouTube channel. Rock on, baby. Have a good one. I got to get back to work, man. I've been working on some motors and stuff in here, but I figured, hey, let's take a change, get a change of pace here because I was getting aggravated with the project. Anyway, we'll talk to you later. Rock on.
Pay my dues. Now I'm back